doing a general love read. And then I'm going to get off of YouTube for a minute as far as I'm led to. So I'll do I'm going to do some pre-records probably. If not, I mean, this probably will be the last video for a minute. If you guys are subscribed to my other channel, I will have some pre-records on there as well. As far as like mini love reads and happy hour reads, those still stand. I will figure out a way to conduct those. But yeah, I'm being led to get off of YouTube for a minute, take a break, just for the simple fact that I pour a lot of energy when I do reads, and you know, it's just, yeah. So I have to pour some energy back into myself. I will still be doing personal reads if you need, but doing collective reads is really draining. It takes a lot. It's very taxing at the end of the day, and I don't feel like people fully understand that. So yeah, unless you're doing it and you get it. All right, so I'm gonna do a love read. Where does the situation stand? So I'm gonna use the Raphaelite, hopefully I'm saying it right, tarot, and the OG Romance Angels, Doreen Virtue's Romance Angels Oracle. Okay, so Holy Spirit, I pray for divine wisdom, divine truth. In Jesus' name, I cast down false guidance, vain imaginations, and any high thing which has exalted itself against the knowledge and wisdom and truth of God. Bring all things into accordance and obedience to you, Lord, Christ Jesus, in Jesus' name, amen. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the past energy. The past energy in regards to your love situation or the person whom you are dealing with. Okay, some of you guys may not have peace with the situation. You guys might be losing hope or losing faith in love or in a particular love relationship or situation. Okay. High Priestess, the Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Pentacles. You guys may have a journal where you keep, it could be a journal of anything, like, because you guys are all different, you guys are unique. I'm noticing a significance with books here. With the High Priestess, she's holding a book. In the Wheel of Fortune, all of the divine beings have books open. So there's something here with books and journaling, but there's also a divine book. There's something that's written, there's something faded that's here. So I'm getting like in the past with the situation, you may have documented something that is, you prophesied something, or spirit gave you a prophecy and you wrote it down. It could have been a dream. It could have been something you sat with. It could have been something that you were listening to, something that, a vision that came, or something someone told you. But whatever it was, you written down a prophecy in a journal. Okay, you have insight into something that is ordained. You may not have the full picture, but you have enough that you need to see, that you need to know. Okay, these angelic beings, they have a record of what's to come, what's to happen, and they are to keep this information a secret or sacred. I see some type of demonic energies trying to mess with something in the past. Like there could have been a lot of delays. There could have been a lot of delays in this connection situation or your love life if you're single. If you resonate with this as a single woman and man, it doesn't have to be there's a particular person. Try to place this. I would say I'm probably, ooh, I'm sorry y'all, I'm all over the place. I may do a service for this particular reading and call it a grand spread, not the divine love grand spread, but more just general love. You know, you could be single, you could be dealing with someone, doesn't have to be a divine partnership type of thing, or maybe that might come out in the reading, But I'm going to do a separate a grand spread love reading, and I'm going to tap into these different elements because I have a list of things that I'm looking into. So if I'm like touching on the side over here, I'm touching my phone because I have points that I'm looking into. So this is what I'm getting. I feel like there's something here that is written, and there's like these demonic energies causing these delays. Because it's kind of reminds me of like my little ghetto, little homemade little deck that I made. I have a card called Demonic Agendas and Demonic Delays, and there's a clock and there's a serpent around it. And I'm getting that there was some type of delay in your love life where, let's say, things have seemingly started to progress. Maybe you meet somebody, right? And things start to move, and then out of nowhere, this person just falls off. Sometimes that's divine protection from the wrong people, or, seasons and timings for certain things. Maybe things are not built to last. But then there's times where you and your person are about to move in together, and then something happens where they get kicked out of their apartment, or something bad happens, or you guys are about to get engaged, and then I don't know, just like some type of delays in your love life or as a single person, period. But the promise still stands. There's something here that is being protected by an angelic force. That promise is being protected regardless of what it looks like. Let's use the romance angels to clarify this. What is this energy? Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by a religious upbringing, spiritual path. Yeah, something spiritual that is taking place in your love life. Your love life is not going to be like the world. It's not going to be, oh, I just met this man or this woman and we just got together and it just happened. There are certain things that have to take place, and you might be more receptive to being attacked in your love life because, let's say, for instance, you are supposed to have a divine union or connection, or when you and your person come together, you guys might do something that is going to be big in a divine way, or you guys are to give birth to a child, or you guys are breaking generational curses together. These demonic forces and beings don't want that to happen, so there's all kind of spiritual blockages that can happen. But also too, you're gathering divine wisdom and information, you're learning, you are someone. As a high priestess, you can't date, and I've said this before, as a high priestess or priest, you can't just be with anybody. You might be able to date for a season or a time. You might even be able to sleep with people for a little bit from time to time, or maybe you can't at all. And that is because spirit has their hands on you, and it's like you are not to be distracted. You don't have room to be distracted from the things that are in front of you that you're supposed to be focused on or healing or doing, because you have your own purpose and calling as well. So you have a high level of influence that you are called to, or that maybe you're in, or you have a spiritual authority or responsibility rather, where you can't just be just dating anybody. Case in point, let's say for instance, you're this spiritual man or woman. You are moving in the path that the divine has called you to move in. You are focused on the season of healing, and then this person comes in, and this person is all about do whatever they want to do, living life recklessly, and y'all try to get together. They're going to throw you off of your path, unless you're assigned to help this person get in, inspire them or be a catalyst into them walking the path that is divinely meant for them, or getting their life together. Otherwise, this person is a distraction, okay? Okay. So if there's a person on your mind, we're just going to see like where this person stands with you right now, or how do they feel. If you're completely single, then just tune this out. You don't have anybody in mind, or maybe it's someone that you're healing from, releasing, letting go of. An ex. Goodness. Okay. You have the Ten of Cups, Seven of Cups in reverse, and the Three of Swords. This person feels like they may have missed out on opportunity with you, an opportunity to be happy. This person was looking at all the wrong things, the Seven of Cups, but it was in reverse. Looking at all the wrong things, seeing seeing things in a perspective of what glitters and thinking that it was golden, you know, but they feel like they missed out on a treasure. You might have a lot of people that feel this way about you. You might have, you know, you might have been a very influential person to a lot of individuals or people, the few that you loved and cared about. So when you move on, or when you leave these people, or if they left you, they look back and they regret maybe overlooking you or not cherishing you or seeing the treasure that you were. Because I feel like this person is feeling, or they did in the past envision, yeah, I feel like this person did envision a future with you. They may envision settling down with you. They had a vision of this. You guys may have had a shared vision, or maybe you guys talked about similar things that you guys want to come to pass, or wish that you could have it together, or just in your life, and maybe it coexists with what they wanted out of life or what they wanted in a relationship, but this person did not cherish it when they had it. Okay, this person is also feeling like they hurt you. I'm getting that you're both going through a process of healing separate from this connection or the situation, but healing as well due to the connection. Whoever this person is to you, it might be someone that you had a painful conversation with, or something about not being in communication is painful. Someone is being nursed back to health. This person realized that they may have made you feel like you were crazy, or that you weren't seeing things clear, but that's not the case. So this person may have never really, I feel like you guys, this is not, I don't want y'all to mistake this as being delusional and someone that has never interacted with you in a day in their life, or somebody that has told you that they're not interested, or, you know, someone clearly, don't mistake this as stalking. I'm talking about a situation where you both had a mutual exchange, love, attraction, chemistry, or been in a relationship with each other, or a situationship, you know, at the least, or something like that. And this person never gave you what you deserved. They know this, or they chose other things or other people over you, or they chose someone else over you. This person knows that they may have left you feeling like you were, like, was this all a lie? Was this fake? Was this person just pretending? Did they ever really love me, or did they ever really care? Did they ever like me? Maybe at the very least. So I do feel like the Holy Spirit is granting you some type of comfort and support. They're giving you this comfort and support, because whatever the situation is, there were plans. They might have been small, or they could be big plans. This person feels like you were worth waiting for, but they did not wait. They didn't wait. Okay. This person wishes that they weren't so stubborn, or that they weren't so prideful with the Four of Pentacles. This could be someone that's older than you, or this could be somebody that has some type of level of authority. Five of Pentacles, yeah. They feel like they forfeited this connection, something that was of value. They realized that you were something or someone valuable to them. And I feel like for some of you, they looked down on you. Especially if this is a male or a masculine, they looked down on you. They underestimated your strength as well. This is a female soldier. They underestimated your strength. Goodness, I'm sorry. They underestimated your strength in, because I feel like they know that they hurt you, but the way that you're handling it, it doesn't show, you know, how deeply this may have actually hurt you. So you got up and you picked yourself up. So they may want to rebuild or renew this with the Tower. So they may want some type of restoration, renewal, beginning, because maybe this situation, you guys may have left off on a bad note, or things may have really, shit really hit the fan with this situation, I feel. Ten of Pentacles. For some of you, it may lead to you guys ending up together. That's not for everybody because, like I said, this is a general collective reading. If you want your own reading, your own personal read, again, if you want this, I'm going to put it on my website as love reading or grand love reading, because I have a divine grand spread, but this one can just be general. It doesn't have to be like a divine love unless, like I said, that comes out in a reading that this is something, a divine connection, or you could be completely single and you're just wanting to look into your love situation. But I feel like this potentially could end up in you guys being together, okay? Something with children is involved. So you guys might be actually destined to have kids. That could be what the prophecy was that you were given, that you and this person are meant to have a family together, or you guys are meant to heal generational wounds and trauma and curses, bondages. You guys are meant to dismantle those things together. That could be the prophecy for some of you. Or that you guys are meant to have a legacy together. That could be the prophecy. But I'm getting something with bloodline and something with children more so than anything else. So that could be potentially that. I feel like with Divine's help, you guys in this, if it's you or this person that's being divinely driven or guided, you guys could potentially bring this situation together. But with the divine's help, like I said, this is not based off of your own strength, your own force, your own manipulation. Something that I feel like is in tune with divine will. So if you are a feminine, you are very powerful as a magician card. But if you are a male, it could be, I want to clarify this. Six of Cups. Yeah, it could be feminine energy. You have the power and the ability to bring this situation together, but again, not by yourself. This is with divine assistance and help and divine instructions, okay? Not manipulation, force, control, none of that. With the Six of Cups, I also feel like as well, you have divine helpers around you, people that are willing to help you, whether this is angelic or whether this is people in the physical realm. The Ace of Wands. You have two aces. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. I really feel like the timing on the situation really depends on how in alignment you are with divine time, divine will. This is not something, again, this is like divine giftings, divine inspiration, sparks, being divinely instructed to do something. The Nine of Cups. So I feel like there's initials PRB on here, so that could resonate with some of you. PRB. This person is holding on to something that they've been wishing to tell you or to say for a minute. And it could be that it's like kind of like this. If one of you is a masculine, whoever the masculine energy is, they're like being put in a place of just being receptive and kind of just being open and being ready, because they're ready to say something. They have something they want to say. From afar, because my eyesight is kind of messed up, that looked like it said BRB, like be right back. So I don't know if that means anything to you guys. But it feels like a masculine that's kind of being guided to just be receptive, because feminine energy might be called to do something. And if it's not a literal action, like a physical action, it could be something spiritually that is, okay, I'm going to shift the way that I view love and relationships. I'm going to forgive this person in my heart. That could be an action as well. But there's something here with this Nine of Cups that tells me like a masculine is waiting for the right time to express themselves. There's something that they have that they want to share. I don't know why I just heard gone like I never left. The Fool. So I feel like this person's change, they might make changes in the areas of being more receptive, being more open, being more free-spirited, more lighthearted, dropping the baggage, especially if this person held on to a lot, okay? Held on to a lot. There's a lot of heart chakra activity, heart chakra healing, heart chakra awakenings, heart chakra blockages. There's a lot reference to the heart chakra. Okay. Yeah, for some of you, there's a reconciliation that is warranted in this situation. I feel like this person, if you are the feminine or you are the masculine, whoever the feminine energy is, your presence is very felt. Masculine energy, this feminine presence is felt. Maybe you sense this feminine, like I'm getting like a masculine that is sensing the feminine's presence with them, whether it's at night sleeping. And be very careful with that, because that sounds like a succubus energy, what I just said. No, like you can, there's something that resonates, like you either, how do I explain it to where it's not like, sounds like some type of demonic spirit, because that's not what this is. It's like you carry this person with you in your heart type of energy. You might dream of this person. You might feel like this person is with you. You might smell their scent or hear their voice, or something that just they remind, something that reminds you. This morning when I was asleep, or as I was waking up, I heard New Editions, If It Isn't Love, in my head, almost as if somebody was playing it. That's how loud it was. Audibly, I could hear it, but I knew that nobody was playing it. I was sleeping, like I was in between sleep and waking up, and I heard it so clear. And I woke up singing it, because I'm like, it was playing on the I couldn't help it because it was so loud. It was loud to the point where it felt like somebody was playing it. I don't know how to explain it, but I could hear it, and it was like in my head, and I started singing it. So I don't know if that song may resonate with anyone, but that's what I'm getting. Let's see. What else? I do feel like for those of you that resonate with the journal and the prophecy that was given, and also that resonate with, you were shown or given a prophecy or something that you got where it said something about a child, like you guys are to give birth to a child, or something about breaking generational curses together, something with that. You guys very well could be meant to be, right? Because obviously the prophecy came, but always test the spirit, try the spirit by the spirit, right? You have the Knight of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is a connection that it's on its way. So therefore, yeah, it could be meant to be, but I can't say that for all of you because this is a collective reading. So be very careful with just taking information that is not yours, okay? This may resonate at a later time. Maybe you have somebody specifically that you think this is about, and maybe it's not them. Maybe at a later time it may resonate or make sense with someone else. But even with that, please use your discernment. I'm getting here that there is, like, whoever this is, it is meant for you. but it's like kind of on its way, but it's like it's taken some time. And I feel like it's because you're dealing with someone that has a lot of work to do on themselves. This is somebody that has a good heart. This is someone that is intentful. They are someone that is strategic and careful with who they give their heart to, and who they want to make sure that they don't stir things up. Maybe this person did stir things up in your heart, but they didn't. I don't feel like this person's intentions were to hurt you. I don't get demonic intentions, okay? I don't get F-boy energy, F-girl energy. I feel like you're dealing with someone that really had a lot of work to do. Like I said, I'm seeing a lot of heart chakra energy. This person may have needed to work on their self-worth, their self-confidence as well. This person may be the type of individual that feels like they have to kind of reach a certain level within their self externally, whether that's I got to have a certain amount of money, or I have to achieve certain things before I feel ready. But there's a test in patience in this, maybe for the both of you. It's on its way. It may not be fully time or ready yet, but this situation is on its way. The promise still stands. Okay, let's see. What's next? Five of Cups in reverse. All is not lost. That is what Spirit wants you to know. All is not lost. Because you might be thinking that the odds are stacked against you. Things may not be working in your favor. You may have walked a long path. Look at that pathway, that bridge. It's been a long journey for you. Not necessarily maybe with this person per se, but just love in general. Finding the path to the one, or you know, the one coming towards you, or Spirit bringing you together. Whoever your one is, whether it's someone you have in mind or someone completely different, whoever the one is, essentially, it's been a long path to each other. And I feel like as well, you're looking at all the cups and all the past situations that have failed, whether it's with one specific person or multiple people. You might be looking at all the relationships that have failed you, rather than looking at the fact, okay, those didn't work out, so it's weaning out it's weaning out the ones that aren't it. It's removing the counterfeits, or it's removing the distractions, and removing the people that's not for me, so that the one is readily available to me, or I'm able to discern to see the one. Page of Pentacles. There is a child here. I feel like Spirit is saying that you have, if you can't think of anything else to really have faith in this situation, I wouldn't say have faith in external. Of course, the divine, God, your spiritual team, have faith in them. But when it comes to what motivates you, what is that thing that keeps you going? It's a child. I don't know why I'm getting that. There is a child that is promised to someone here. And if it's not a child, because for some of you, no, I can't even twist it like that. No. I have to honor what God is telling me. It's not something else. There's things that will be birthed through this connection that's not a physical child, but I am getting a child. It's very significant. If nothing else motivates you or encourages you through these challenging times in your connection, it's to remember this child. There's something significant about this baby. I don't know. Y'all know how I feel about the story of Hannah. And if you don't know, I'm going to, lightly touch on the story of Hannah in the Bible. She was a barren womb. She could not have a child. She prayed year after year for a baby, and she could not. She felt bad because she could not give birth to a child for her husband. Her husband had another wife, and this wife kind of threw it up in her face that she was able to have children. And she taunted her so much that she drove her to go to a church and pray. And she prayed frivolously, like frivolous, I hope I'm saying it right. She prayed like crazy in this priest or the pastor, he was like, "Woman, are you drunk? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's up with you?" She told him, "No, I'm not drunk." And she told him her dilemma, and he interceded for her and he prayed for her. And she, at one point, she promised God that she would dedicate this child to God. She won't let a hair be scratched or taken off of his head or plucked out of his head. She would protect this child, mold this child, and dedicate this child to God. And the prayer was actually what was needed in the world, because the child that she gave birth to was Samuel. Samuel was the first prophet to ever touch the earth and be able to prophesy at the time of what the people needed. They needed to hear God's voice, and he was the first prophet. So therefore, Hannah's prayer aligned with God's will. It was his will the whole while, the whole time, to birth Samuel. And Hannah would be the womb that Samuel would come through. Okay? Samuel is mentioned plenty of times in the Bible. He's very significant to the story of David as well. King David and Saul. Wise counsel as well. So your prayer, your wish, your desire is connected to something that is in God's will, that is God's desire, divine will fortune. Notice the pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, this promise is being divinely protected by this angel. This child is a part of this. They are that. What they're bringing. This promise still stands, that it's on its way to you. The Lovers. The Star. Yeah, this is a divine union. This is a divine union. It's destined. And I feel like you knew it before. There's a feminine energy that knew it before this masculine knew it. Even if there's a masculine watching that said, "Oh, I knew the whole time." They knew before you knew. Before you even realized that this feminine was, you and this feminine were cut from the same cloth. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. Before you even knew that. One and the same. This feminine knew that before you did. But there is a lesson that needed to be learned. I'm getting chaser vibes from this. Like the feminine was heavily attached to the person rather than the promise. The true promise is through this connection, but Spirit doesn't even want you to get attached to the promise, but you attached yourself to the union. You idealized it. You pedestalized this connection. And I feel like that was a lesson that needed to be learned, how to bask in your own greatness and glory outside of this connection. You were planting your identity through this person, or it's got to happen, it needs to be this way, or it was something that was being, you were idealizing this situation. You put it in this fantasy realm when this connection is not a fantasy. It is very much real, but it is divine. It is something that is precious. So sometimes when we find a treasure of something, we can want to hold it tightly and very close to us and not let go. But you were learning the lesson that this situation does not necessarily really belong to either of you. It belongs to the Most High, because it is a divine union. It is something that is gifted to you. You are not earning it. It's not something that you have to earn or gain. It is something that's already to be. But I feel like you needed to release that codependency or making this person an idol. Is this still live? Okay. I don't know. It paused and it said that it was reconnecting. Of course. Of course. But this is a connection that is divine. And I feel like because of its divinity, it became something that you cherish very greatly, to the point of obsession or codependency and holding too tightly onto it. And I feel like Spirit may have needed to strip you guys or separate you two, so that you can not follow each other or follow this person and what they're doing, what they got going on, and moving in the connection solely for the union itself, but to not forget the divine counsel that is with you in this. So healing and all of that, I feel like the lesson is how important it is to still pour into yourself and pour out what no longer serves you so that you can align to the higher purpose, the higher call. The star card is Aquarian energy. It also is Uranus energy, which is something that is revolutionary, something that is groundbreaking. It is its own, it's unique, it's something that is inventive. So this connection is uniquely its own. It's not something that you can control in your own mental capacity because it goes beyond what you're used to or what other people might have. Everybody's union and connection is different. So whatever this is that you guys are cultivating, manifesting, and birthing through your union or your connection, it's not going to have a blueprint of the world, boy meets girl, or whatever your situation is. We come together, we go out on dates, we do this, we do that, and then we get married. It's a little bit different than that. Is something more, because I don't know why. Does God want me to share this? You want me to share this? Because I had a dream the other night. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but I definitely had a dream of, um, it was a rib, like a rib cage. How do I explain it? It was like a piece of the rib that was like sticking out of this woman's body. I don't know if it was me. Kind of, the person did not look like me in the dream, but I felt like I was in the body of that person, and I was also a witness to that person. Like it was third person. I don't know how to explain it. Almost like I was watching a movie, and the rib of this woman, it was like sticking out like a stick, like this, almost like she was wounded or broken. So I'm getting two things with this, that you are a part of someone. I don't agree so much with, I get what God is saying as far as the man and the woman being one flesh, and a rib being each other's rib, being a part of the same thing. A rib is what upholds, if I'm not mistaken, it's what cages the most important organs in your body, and it's also connected to the heart as well. Something with the heart. But when I recalled that, I'm like, I was trying to like decode the dream, but in my heart I already knew what God was saying. God was referring to Genesis, I think it's 20, Genesis 20 through 20, I want to say 23 maybe, but Genesis 22 specifically has always stood out to me. 2 and 22, Genesis 2 and 22, that always stood out to me, where they talk about the rib and being taken from the man, or woman being taken from the man. But the part that stood out to me was the fact that the man was asleep, and as he was asleep, God was taking a part of him and planting it into the woman and forming the woman. So you're created for each other. The man may not always know, it may take time, but when they do realize and awaken, they will know, because they like in the scripture it says, Adam said, this one, I shall call this woman bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. So that is the recognition that this person is for me. They are a part of me. They were made for me. The other part was, I can't remember. I'm gonna have to read it again, or you can read it. You can research it, because I don't want to do too much. I don't want to make this a long thing, but there's a knowing at the genesis. Thank you, Spirit. Genesis. Something at the genesis of this situation, this connection, where it was always known. It was always there. It was always meant to be in its own way. So I hope that made sense, because goodness, I don't know. Sometimes I'd be like, what? Let me clear all this up, because I feel like I don't like my deck feeling naked now. But yeah, I feel like with that Lovers coming out, that is complete confirmation. I feel led to leave the Ace of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, and the Lovers out. I'm going to leave those cards specifically out. Getting like the feminine may see the masculine as someone that ruined this connection, that they're the ones that ruined the foundation. But there's also an understanding or awareness that whatever needed to fall to the ground, it had a purpose because it was not built on true sacred ground. You're trying to build something sacred on a foundation that was not sacred. So let's say, for instance, divine spirit did not call you guys to try to date or court each other. Like, that's not your template. That's not the order of your path. You're trying to follow a world like restriction of, and there's nothing wrong with courting, there's nothing wrong with dating, but for some unions it's not necessary. You know what I mean? Like, some things are just not supposed to happen that way. So you may have tried to build that, or you tried to form a sexual bond with this person when the spirit was like, nah, I didn't call that for to be. Like, that wasn't supposed to be going on. It's supposed to be happening, and it happened out of free will. So it happened the way that it did, but something happened to where it did not pan out quite the way you wanted it to. Maybe in the past you could have did that with somebody else and y'all could have formed in a relationship, but I bet you 9 times out of 10 that that union was not healthy going that way, because that wasn't your person. It wasn't built to work anyway. You might have been in a 5 year, 10 year, 6 year, 9 year relationship with this person or situationship, but it wasn't healthy. So that doesn't really, matter in the grand scheme of things. But with this union, you're trying to rebuild and trying to do what you do with other connections, and it didn't work. So you may see this person as like, they ruined something great here. But the truth is you're trying to build something sacred on I don't know if unsacred or insacred, whatever. Something that is non-sacred. A ground that's non-sacred, rather. Your person is kind of seeing you in like two different elements. Like, you might have two sides to you. Not that you're two-faced, and I wouldn't say that. You might be in the past, maybe you were a bit closed off and now you're more heart-centered, more heart chakra open and healed. There's been a change or a shift in the feminine energy. For some of you, it could be the opposite, where this person feels like if you're feminine, that you've closed your energy off. The Emperor wanted to make a grand appearance. Okay. I feel like, as far as masculine energy goes, one of the things that is going to be admired the most about you in the feminine's eyes is your ability with the Five of Swords to maybe like a warrior spirit, maybe a protector spirit. Maybe you're very protective of this feminine, not in a violent way where you're very violent towards others, but very thorough and gentle in your approach. I would say like the perfect example of this, like in a long time that I've ever seen, like in film or like on TV, like a real masculine energy where I'm like, this is a divine masculine. I don't know who wrote the script, but hey, it's a show. Sorry, it's a series on Netflix that my mom put me onto. It's called The Last Kingdom, and I've raved about this to a few people, and I've gotten some people to watch it, thanks to my mom. And this was like, if I don't watch TV like that, this got me hooked, like, because I can't sit through movies for long like that unless it's something that I'm led to watch, or it's like something I really want to watch. I can't sit through movies, can't sit through TV. But this particular show, like, I was hooked. I was watching it. The main character in the show, like, whoever wrote the script, is a perfect example of a masculine. Like, he has traits and ways about him that was like very impulsive, very prideful, very stubborn ways. But he was a family man. He was a lover. He was gentle. He was thorough. Like, he, like that. I don't know who wrote that script. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Then you have the Queen of Pentacles. So feminine energy, as far as like the masculine things about you, is your ability, again, the fact that this person sees you as their other half, because again, there's something with the pentacle. the pentacle being the seed, being the plant, being the promise. They see you already. I feel like I could say this confidently. If not, spirit cut my throat chakra if I'm saying it. I feel like I can say this confidently, that this masculine sees in the feminine, one of the things that they love about them is seeing the fact that they are their person, and the person that is going to help them with their bloodline and to leave behind a healthy legacy, not just wealthy, because some of you it could be that, but I'm getting more so healthy legacy. Your ability to be a nurturer, to you're the one that they want to do life with. It's so much more deeper than that, and I feel like it's unique in its own way because you guys are all different. So I can't put it too much in the box. Yep, I can't make it up. So like with the wedding, again, like you're the person, you left the impression, if you're a feminine, you left the impression on this masculine, like this is my person. This is the one that I can see me doing life with. Because there's much more, there's so much here to be had. Feminine, again, like you may, this, I feel like the impression that this masculine may have left on you is there are some words that were left unsaid for some of you with the heart-to-heart conversations. There were some things that were left unsaid between the two of you, something of importance. Maybe you guys have never truly, like the card says, honestly discuss your feelings to each other. Maybe you guys did not get a chance to do that. There's still a lot left unsaid. And when I go back to the Nine of Cups that we pulled, that card that came out, it showed someone that had a piece of paper in their hand. And it's like there's still things that is left unsaid, like waiting for this moment to extend or to share or say what needs to be said. So, speaking of, we're going to tap into what is it that you guys are dying to tell each other. What is it that you can't wait to tell each other? Wow. Okay. So, I don't know if I can say this out loud, but this is like sexual content. I'm enjoying my singlehood, and I'm not interested in anyone else. So I'm getting that with the feminine can't wait to share. Maybe literally, I don't know if there is self-pleasuring, but I'm getting it in this way, that I would rather take care or please myself than give it away to someone else, because I do enjoy my singlehood, meaning I enjoy being by myself. I enjoy my me time, doing things that I love and enjoy, spending time with myself or the people that I love. I'm enjoying that because I'm not interested in anyone else. Not interested in sleeping with anyone else, and I'm not interested in being and dealing with anyone else. That's what I'm getting. Masculine. What they can't wait or dying to tell. You are like a mirror to me, and that shit scares me. But it was in reverse. So it could be that this no longer freaks this person out, where there's a something that's mirroring, or you guys are seeing yourselves literally in each other in some instance, or repelling. Because again, like if you look at this Lover's card, it's almost like this man is repelling this woman, and she all up on him, like holding on tight, and he just like, get thy way from me. Like, I don't know, like, get that ass thy way from me. Like, I don't know. You have, I've attempted to replace you with something or someone else. Fantasize and daydream about you, and I'm being subliminal with you. So be careful with that as well, because I do not do vain imaginations. We've all been there probably. Ryan Gosling situations. Maybe not to that extent, hopefully not. But test the spirit by the spirit. But you can feel in your spirit when like something is being directed towards you, or someone is being passive in their expression or their truth. So they're like going about it in a roundabout way. Okay. Use your discernment though, you guys. Do not give in to vain imaginations and trickster spirits or just your own self delusions because of what you want to see and all of that. Be clear. But I am getting that masculine energy. What they can't tell you is that, yeah, this shit scared me. Like, it literally scared the shit out of me. This, what was going on, how things were mirrored, how you would say things before I knew you were going to say them. You would say something, or you said something that I was about to say, or we might be doing the same things at the same time, or I've started noticing certain things connected to you and me, and it started to freak me out. Or when I look at you, it was like a reflection, like I already knew you, or I felt this in my spirit. Like, that freaks me out. That was too much for me. I've attempted to replace you with something with someone else. So they may have tried, like I said, was it this reading or another reading? I think it was a reading I did for somebody else, excuse me, my bad. But this person could have tried to entertain other people to like see, let me see if it's really that special, that significant, or is it just for the time being or the moment, or can I recreate this situation with someone else? Is this, it may not be all that deep. Maybe it's just something, that I could feel, experience with somebody else or other people. So they might have tried to do that. Yeah, so there is fantasizing, there's daydreaming, there's thinking about the potential, the future. Okay. All right. I don't feel led to call out zodiac signs and stuff like that because I feel like this could be for anyone, literally. Like, I feel like it's a little vague to be like, yeah, this person is a Leo, a Sag, and then, you know what I mean? Like, if this is for a few people, a handful, at least 100 people, you're bound to probably be dealing with a similar zodiac sign as the next person. So if you guys want a personal reading, that's a little bit more personal. That's different. So I will be putting this reading up on my website, and it is called The Love Grand Spread. If you guys are interested, it may be a little bit more in detail for you because of your own personal situation, or it might just go straight to the point into some things, like I said. But this is a collective read, so please use your discernment, you guys. You can take this as entertainment purpose, but not to the point of entertainment to where you're giving into illusions, okay? So much love as always. Be blessed, be safe, take care. Peace.